If you've been waiting for something for a very, very long time, you like that thing to be very, very worth the time. And sometimes in that thing, there may be a lot of different things that some of them you may like and some of them you may don't. But then you hope that the thing that took the majority of that waiting time is going to be something that's going to be liked by you as a person. And in our case, we have waited for 2.2 for about 7 years, I like to say. And 2.2 included a lot of features, a lot of major features. I'm talking like really big features, not like smaller ones like new triggers, etc. 2.2 included a lot of new stuff. And so it does make sense that you guys would hate and like some of those features. And we're gonna hope that the features that took the longest to make were the ones that we're gonna like. Because from what I know, I've been documenting this whole journey from beginning until 2.2 came out of, the development time of 2.2, and all of the other aspects were also taken into consideration. And what I've noticed is that there were 2 to 3 things that basically took the majority of the waiting time of 2.2 to develop, to make, and to polish, and to just, make it bug free, make it a feature that is ready to be put in a game like Geometry Dash, a game played by millions of people. So it's gotta be done professionally. And one of those features is versus mode. Versus mode is something that RobTop is gonna have to make it very, very, very professional. There are a bunch of games on mobile or a bunch of Steam games that are for free to have multiplayer in them, whether they're like shooter games or any of this stuff. And those games are usually just wacky games that pretty much like 100, 200 people play, and they run on wacky servers. So nobody really cares if something goes wrong, if the servers go down, if they got hacked, like nobody really cares. So you guys can understand why a feature like versus mode has to be done with perfection, because GD is a game that's being played by hundreds of millions of players. Probably not currently, but in total, probably more than that have ever tried out this game. So it also makes sense why it's taken so long, but that was one of the features that was actually delayed from 2.2. But one of the features that we're going to be talking about today was included into 2.2, and that feature may not seem like it took a long time to do and polish and fix and just finalizing it. It's actually the platformer mode. Now, before you get angry and say, well, platformer mode, I don't really like it. Okay, if you don't like platformer mode, I want you to listen to me, because I know that the people that like platformer mode are going to agree with me anyway. Platformer mode, when it was first announced, I was very, very annoyed at it, and I hated the fact that a game like Geometry Dash, where you're pretty much supposed to just non-stop look at a screen and, dash your way through a level from beginning to end with absolutely zero stops whatsoever, and now introducing something like the platformer mode kind of ruins stuff. So that's what I thought at first, but then after I saw how much potential it had, my mind kind of started changing, because although I really, honestly, I really hated it. I hated the platformer mode when it was first announced, but as the years passed, I felt like it's a game mode that could have so much variety in it, and the more previews I saw from RobTop, the more ideas came into my mind, and the more I thought would come out of this awesome game mode. And one of the reasons why I love this game mode is because a creator can decide what style they want to go for. For example, yesterday I was streaming, and I started streaming to see the GD play so we can have fun there and stuff, and I saw 2 recent rated demons, platformer demons, and what I decided to do is just go ahead and beat them, because I'm an epic gamer. I thought, yeah, we can do it, and I didn't really know what I was gonna get myself into, but then I realized this is a facility type level where you have to escape as fast as possible, and there's a time limit, and you have to go as fast as you can, and making a mistake could be a detriment. But if you can be really fast to kind of make a second move that's gonna basically even out all of the time that you have lost, you can do a comeback. And that led to a lot of really, really intense moments, just like the moments that you have in the classic mode. So you can see the timers, so no matter how much you stay here, if you don't make it out of this facility within the next 60 seconds, you are gonna die. So the intensity can still be recreated in platformer mode. And what's honestly really awesome is that the fact that how much potential you have to basically recreate whatever you have in your mind into Geometry Dash and make it into reality. So for example, we're right now in a facility type level, and you just go into a different platformer level, and all of a sudden you're in a garden and going into homes and stuff. Or you can play as a 2D game. This is a 2D game that you can play on mobile or whatsoever, and much more. So I kind of feel like almost every platformer level that I've played and actually enjoyed at the end, I had the impressions at first that I wasn't gonna like the level at all until I kind of, you can say, forced myself into playing the level. And after I finished, I realized how much fun I had, how much of a cool experience that was. And I really couldn't comprehend that until I completely finished the level. So I think what Robtop needs to do is he needs to force us to play these levels. And now you might get a bit upset and say, well, Robtop already forces us to play sometimes really terrible levels that, you know, are really important to get certain rewards. I mean, if you guys know what I'm talking about, and you guys don't really like this idea that we are being forced into playing something that we don't really want to play just to get some important stats on our profile. However, I think this is a different timeline now. We live in a different timeline. Back then, 1.9, bro, you want to compare whatever I showed you guys with this thing? Like, what even is this, bro? I feel like we have improved immensely since 1.9, and you guys can see that Robtop had to add many different rating stages or rating levels just so that it can match our insane standards of creating levels. So surely levels are much better right now, and if they are getting forced on us, I don't think that's an issue anymore. However, you gotta make sure that you force the right levels on us. And how do you know which one's the right level? Very simple. Go to the comment section and see what everybody thinks. Get like the average opinion, and in most cases of these epic levels, it's gonna be pretty cool. And if it's not, then people are just going to admit it in the comments as well. They're gonna say the gameplay is bad, for example, but that still doesn't mean anything when it comes to how good the level in itself is. So platformer events right now, or else I'm not gonna click any of the ads that are gonna come up in the next spin-off game. So yeah, you know you're losing a lot on that one. And I think to make sure that everybody gets through this experience of playing a platformer level, we need to force it on us. And I think the map is gonna do a pretty good job at it. I think Rob is just waiting for the perfect levels to come out, make sure he's gonna release it. But until then, we can still do a bunch of stuff with this. However, you may say events is just for the album and stuff, but we don't really know. Or an event, or a daily. Why haven't we had any daily platformer? It kind of seems like Robtop doesn't want to force it on us. Maybe because the controls are too new for us, maybe because that, who knows. But in order for newer players to know that platformer is cool, they have to give it a try, Rob. They have to get their hands on it. Otherwise, they really will never try it out and never know if it's good or not, right? So force it on them. If they hate it, they should just leave the game, or else, yeah, they're kind of gonna have to stay. So it's a win-win to me. And of course, platformer mode, I feel like it's lacking an insane amount of features that we could have. For example, one of the most important thing is saving. When you go into the level, you play, you get to the checkpoint, and then you exit, you should be able to get back into it. And Robtop has said that this is something that he's working on, so he's surely acknowledged this issue, and he is definitely working on it. And many other things would also be great to have in platformer mode, like presets and tags, so yeah, you know what you're gonna get yourself into, because sometimes I just want to chill and play a cool platformer level, and then I go into some level, and then it has this stupid glitch effect that it just makes me quit the whole game in its entirety. So that's not that very cool. But yeah, I think it's definitely gonna improve in the future, and it's gonna be better. So the future looking bright for the platformer mode. But you guys out there that don't like platformer mode, try out. Okay, I'm gonna recommend you a cool level of mine that I don't find cool, but people say it's cool. Try out this one. This one, partition approved. She said it's the best platform level. You know, this was my first platformer level, so it's pretty outdated, like 10 months ago or something. And yeah, try that out. Try out any other epic slash legendary slash mythic rated platformer level, and I think you're gonna like it. Give it a try. Let's see how that's gonna go. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this topic down in the comments, and let me know what features you guys would love to have in the platformer mode, so we can suggest those to the one and only RobTub, and then we can see, and make sure to slap that like, and also the video that is on the screen, that's yours. You gotta click on it right now, and I will see you.